Okay, hello there. I'm back, as you see. I have a little story I wanted to tell you guys about that happened while I was at the hospital yesterday. So, I'm laying there as I was doing, and the nurse comes in and she says, I need to check your blood pressure before I give you your medicine. I'm like, oh, okay. So she checks it. I think it's like 122, something like that. The top number, because they never tell me the bottom number. I never ask. I be wanting to know the top number, and I need to start asking both numbers. So, anyways, so she comes in, checks my blood pressure. She's like, oh, okay, it's good. You can have your medicine. So I take progesterone. Um, what is it? Progesterone, and I have a thyroid medicine. I take one baby aspirin, and that's for the baby aspirin keeps me from having preeclampsia. Of course, the prenatal pill, and then I have a blood pressure pill, and then they added on top of that like a laxative or something, and then they added another pill to keep me from getting heartburn because I have with acid reflux very bad. So she starts opening them, and I'm like, okay, what's this one? What's this pill? What's that pill? So then she gets to a package and they had two pills in there. I said, what is this? She said, this is your thyroid medicine, levothyroxine. I said, I can't take that. I said, now mind you, this is the nurse at the hospital in the labor and delivery where I was at. Uh, um, so she tries to give it to me. And I said, I can't take that. And she's like, well, this is part of your pills. I said, yeah, I understand that. I said, but the levothyroxine, the thyroid medicine, pretty much, you have to take that early in the morning, and you have to wait 2 hours after you take it before you eat, and pretty much almost 3 to 4 hours after you take it. Then you can take your vitamins or whatever other pills you have to take. And she said, well, did you take yours this morning? I said, no, I didn't take it this morning. I said, but I still can't take it with all those other vitamins. And I said, and you just ordered my food. And she's like, no, it's okay. Since you didn't take it yesterday, you didn't take it this morning, it's okay for you to take it. So, me being me, she's the nurse. She knows more. So I said, oh, okay. So I takes the pill. Well, all the pills. I take them. And then I want to say maybe about an hour later, I got up to go to the restroom, and I sat down, and like instantly, I felt like very, very dizzy. I started like extremely sweating badly, and I was dehydrated. So I paged for, and on the little phone button, whatever. So I paged for, and I was like, she was like, how can I help you? And I said, I'm real hot. And I said, I'm dizzy and I'm sweating. I said, I'm very thirsty. She said, okay, well, we'll be up there in a second. So they get there, within maybe 5 seconds, somewhere in there. And she was like, what's going on? And I'm like, I can hear her, but I'm so dizzy. I don't know. It just felt weird. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, you're pale. She was like, what's going on? What did you take? I said, I took what you gave me. I said, and I told you I could. She was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. So she goes out, and then she comes back in a few seconds later, and she's like with two other nurses. And she was like, we need to get her IV started. And she was like, I'm going to check her blood pressure. So she does her up and, hooks me back up to the IV, and then she checks my blood pressure. Once again, I only know the top number. And it shot up to 184. 184. My blood pressure went up. So they put me on the IV. Doing that, she checked my blood pressure, so she calls my doctor. The other nurse, she goes and grabs a ice cold pack, and she puts it, across your forehead area. So I'm like, okay. So in my head, I'm like, oh my god, it's like I said, I can hear everything, but I'm so dizzy, I feel fainted. So she gets on the phone and she calls my doctor, my OB, and she tells him, and he says, okay, get her blood pressure down. Call me if you need me. We're not going to release her today. because, like I said, intentionally when I went in, they said that they were just going to check everything because I went straight to the emergency room for my doctor's appointment. So let me go back a little bit. Been at my doctor's appointment. I pretty much was done with it. And then she said, well, are you feeling okay? I said, my left foot is swollen, and it kind of has a tingly feeling to it when I walk. I said, it's kind of painful. So she looked at it, and she was like, oh, wow. She was like, that is swollen. That can be a sign of preeclampsia. She said, are you having any headaches? I said, yes, I have headaches off and on a lot. She said, okay. So she was like, let me check your oxygen level. How's your breathing? I said, I can barely breathe. And, and it happens a lot. I can't breathe. So she checks my oxygen level. She said that was fine. She rechecks my blood pressure. It was up to like 138. So she said, well, when you leave here, she said, where are you going? I said, I have another doctor's appointment. Excuse me, the train is coming through. Yeah, I'm right by this railroad track. But anyways, so I said, well, I have another doctor's appointment, and I have to be there at 11. She said, no, I'm going to call your doctor. We're going to cancel that. Go immediately to the emergency room. I said, okay. So that's what led me to go to the emergency. Well, hold on. Prior to that, and she said, well, we may have to go ahead and do an earlier delivery because of the of your swelling and your blood pressure, and all this other stuff that was going on. So I'm like, oh, okay. She was like, we'll go immediately to the emergency room. So now we're caught up. So I go over there and I go to the emergency room. And that's when, everything started happening. So anyway, so my doctor tells her, we're not going to release her. We're going to keep her a little bit longer. He said we may just go ahead and keep her for the full 2 weeks until we're ready for her to, for us to do the pretty much like the emergency C-section. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be here for 2 weeks. I'm not prepared as far as, I had other things around the house that I wanted to get done before, I went in. So when I come out, bam, I'm done. So anywho, so while she's talking to my doctor on the phone, I heard her say, she said, well, I think it was the blood pressure medicine that we gave her. Now, I've been taking these pills way before I was pregnant. I know how to take my medicine. So for you to say that it was my blood pressure medicine, at that time, I'm calming down, I'm coming back, I'm listening, I can pay attention more. So she gets off the phone, and I said, that wasn't because of my blood pressure pill. I said, that's because you had me to take that thyroid medicine with these other pills. And she's like, no, it has nothing to do with it. Because if you haven't already taken it today, she's like, that has nothing to do with it. I said, ma'am, it does. I said, you even on my bottle, because, I carry out my meds with me in my purse. I said, even on my bottle, it states that, you have to take this 2 hours before you eat and 3 to 4 hours before you take any other vitamins. I said, you had me to take that pill with all these vitamins. She was like, no. So I'm at this point, I'm not going to argue with you. So I said, okay, well, anyway, I'm going to go back to sleep. I just wanted to end it if I got my room. So she leaves or whatever. And then by this time, time went on, whatever. So they had like a little shift change. So the new nurse comes in and she was like, oh yeah, well, I heard about your spill today. She was like, we're going to make sure that we pay more close attention to you. We're going to check your blood pressure every 2 hours from now on. And we're going to check for your, do a little stress test. They're going to check, make sure my baby's movements is, good. And they can hear a heartbeat and everything. I said, okay. I said, well, I got a question. I said, are you supposed to take thyroid medicine with any other pills? And she was like, no. She was like, did you accidentally take too much? I said, the nurse had me to take the thyroid medicine with other pills this morning. And I said, I kept trying to tell her that you can't do that, but she insisted. And she was like, oh, well, if you hadn't already took it, that shouldn't have been a problem. I said, so why would it be a problem that I took my blood pressure medicine? She said, well, your blood pressure medicine, it's what dropped it. I said, no, ma'am, it didn't drop it. It took it up. It took my blood pressure to 184. And she said, well, I don't know about that. I'm going to relook at your chart. So anyway, time goes on. So we're going to fast forward because there's a lot of extras in between. So yesterday morning, the shift changed. The nurse comes in. And I said, I have a question. I'm really curious. And I said, because she came in with, first of all, she came in with just only the thyroid pill. And she said, here, take your thyroid medicine. And she's like, have you eaten breakfast? I said, no, I just ordered it. She said, okay, well, we're going to have to rewarm that up for you. She said, you can't eat that right now. I said, really? I said, so this is my thyroid medicine? She said, yes. I said, well, what other pills are? She said, you can't take those with this pill. So I went back and explained it to her. I said, well, yesterday the nurse did such and such. And she was like, no, ma'am, no. She was like, they know better. She was like, did you talk to your doctor about it? I said, well, Dr. Sneaky, he's going to be in today. And I'm going to run this past and talk to him and let him know about what happened. She was like, no, I totally agree with you. She was like, you are never to mix anything with thyroid medicine. So, I mean, it's a wonderful hospital. I'm not, down talking them or nothing. Maybe the girl is not, I don't want to say new because, you're a nurse, but maybe she just didn't know much about the pill like she thought she did. I don't know. But, honey, when I tell you, I was upset. You done raised my blood pressure up to 184, and all you had to do was listen to me because I understand you're a nurse, but that's my pill, my medication. And I've been taking those pills for a very long time. I ain't know how I'm supposed to take them. But me being me, trying to listen to someone who knows more than me, I went on ahead and let her, I went on ahead and took that pill because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why are you going to argue with her? She's a nurse. You're not. Maybe this is what they put on the bottle of the pharmacy to keep, I'm trying to like give it a benefit, like, don't argue with a nurse. It's like they say, don't argue with your parents. They know best, So I didn't want to argue with her. I felt like she knew. But anyways, you know your medicine. And they try to tell you otherwise. Me, from now on, I'm not doing it. I will put up an argument with it. And I'm going to tell them I refuse to take the pills. And that's how it's going to be from here on out. Because that could have did something to my child. And, I don't want to use the word, killed my baby or anything. But anyways, that could have, in a way, harmed me and my child. You shot my blood pressure up. Then what makes it so bad, later on yesterday, I'm just sat in her doing whatever. And she was like, another nurse, she was like, well, let's check your blood pressure, see where we're at. It was down to 107. Now, why is it dropping? I asked her. And she said, oh, well, it could be because your doctor told us not to give you no more of your blood pressure medicine because of what it did yesterday to you. What part don't y'all understand? This had nothing to do with my blood pressure. The problem was she had me to take that thyroid pill with all these other pills. I'm not stupid, but anyways. So I just want to jump on here and let y'all know about a little experience that I had at the hospital yesterday. That 24-hour stay was horrible. I'm glad they finally got my blood pressure under control. Finally got the swelling down a little bit in my feet where I got the heck up out of there. It was a horrible experience. But anyway, me and baby's good. Like I say, 35 weeks now. I'm about to get up, go get something to eat, come back and cut this crap out of my head, redo something to it, and then I'll be back and I will give you a little tour of some of the things that she has gotten from her baby shower, some things that we've bought, and just a little setup of how we got the room so far. Like I said yesterday, I wanted to do what's in my diaper bag, but that's in my car because, trying to stay prepared. But I have my diaper bag, both of our diaper bags, has been in my car since I was like 30 weeks. So I was trying to stay extra prepared and on top of it. So yeah, I'm going to go get something to eat and take this out of my head, redo it. And like I said, show you the room. If not today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I will do what's in my diaper bag. I will go on and go get it back out the car and let you see what's in her bag. My bag is, my brother laughs at me. He travels a lot with his job. And I know he had a lot of bags. I said, bro, let me get one of them bags. I need one for my, for when I go to the hospital. He's like, oh, okay. So he brings me a bag, and honey, I think I am going to let y'all see it. The bag that he brought me is like I'm traveling to Vegas or something. This is a huge bag. But in the big bag, I have my stuff in and my fiance stuff in there. So, I mean, I need it so I don't have to carry him a separate bag, me a separate bag. But honey, it got the handles on it. It got the wheels on it. It's huge. But, it's okay. I'm not carrying it. He's going to carry it. But still, yet, it's a huge bag. So, anywho, y'all have a good afternoon. And like I said, I will definitely be back to give a tour of the room, how I got it set up, and what's going on. I may go and eat with y'all, do my mukbang when I get back. But what's bothering me is I really, really, really ready to take this down. It's been up almost a month now. Yeah. So I'm ready to take it down, wash it, and re-put it up, or either do it another way. I don't know yet. But I'm gonna figure out something. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon, and I will be back later to chat with you a little bit more. Goodbye.